Welcome to the Student of the Game podcast, where we break down the lives, strategies, and advice of successful individuals who are students of their own game and masters of their own craft. My name is Tim Stone. My co-hosts are Nick Galbreath and Ian Cushing. Let's get ready to learn and grow.
Well, I can tell you right now that I weighed 45 pounds. I looked like I was a water buffalo, and I couldn't sleep. I was in bed for 17 hours, and you're going to tell me I'm fine? So they wouldn't give me a medication for another 2 months. So I told them I was going to blow my head off. And they finally gave me medication. But by that time, I was already addicted to cocaine.
Hey guys, this is Tim Stone here with my co-host Nick Galbreath. And today we got a special episode for you. We are sitting here with Clint Riggin. Clint, thanks for being here.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for having me. I know we were trying to do this podcast for the longest time. And, our schedules are just crazy hectic. So I'm happy to hop on here with you guys.
Well, hectic and busy is really good in business. So we're gonna jump right into a little bit about your life, and then after we talk about your life, let's start talking about your business. So Clint, like how did you grow up? What was your life like leading up to the college age?
Yeah, so when I grew up, I grew up I was born in Salisbury, Maryland, and then I moved over to Saylorsburg, Pennsylvania not too long after that. I was there for about 14 years. And then my parents got a divorce right there as I was getting out of high school. I joined the military straight out of high school, went to boot camp. And then I went to Whidbey Island, Washington for 2 years, worked on E-18 Growlers. And then from there, I was stationed in Hawaii for 6 years and worked on MH-60 Romeo helicopters. So I got a pretty good duty station, I'll tell you that, compared to what some people have. So I never got the college experience, but I did get a lot of experiences in in a lot of different countries.
Sounds like it. That's awesome. That's probably in some situations a little better than college.
Dude, I'll tell you what, Thailand was a whole different ball game, man. If you guys ever get the chance to go to Thailand, do it. I was there for 7 days, and it was it was memorable. Let's just say that.
What was memorable about it, Clint?
Oh man, let's see. So you could walk on the street and they have every vending you could possibly think of. So like if you want to eat a scorpion or if you want to eat, a frog, it's crazy what you have. You have people running up to you, like little kids wrapping these little like wristlets around you and saying, "Give me money, give me money, give me money." Like you didn't even do anything. They just walked up to you and put this thing on your wrist. Another cool thing is like we rented a mansion, 5-bedroom, 4-bath. We had a driver. We had a cook for $150 a night.
Wow.
And that over there is just like you're a baller, man. You're a millionaire. That's why a lot of people go to Thailand. You ever see these old rich white men, that are out there with just like their 16-year-old little girls? Yeah, because dude, they're rich out there and they can do whatever they want. So you got to watch out for sure. But it's great time. Great time.
Oh, wow. So Clint, just kind of going back, you said you were working on ET Growlers?
E-18 Growlers. So imagine a jet that could jam all of New York City in the matter of 30 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, this thing is so powerful, man. It's they had these 218 pods on both sides, and they would hit. I'm pretty sure they just hit that magical button. And then something happened, which they can't talk about. They didn't tell us anything. I was an airframer, so I worked on tires, hydraulics, the metal airframe work around it. So I wasn't really cool in the cool kid squad, like with all the secret squirrel stuff. But I can tell you what, those things are badass.
Yeah. Did they ever use them? Did they use the jammers pretty often, or they just had them?
They would go out in like certain areas that were mapped out, and they would set the jammers off, but they found out that they were killing whales. So they had to stop doing that very, very, very fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then how long were you in the military?
8 years.
8 years. So then what did it look like at the end of those 8 years? Like what was life there? Like day one out of the military.
Day one out of the military. Okay. So I competed in my last bodybuilding competition in 2018, November 2018. I won overall. I stepped off the stage with a gold medal. 4 months later, my whole life changed. My thyroid stopped working completely. If anybody doesn't know about their thyroid controls everything in your body. I'm talking about from your vision to your hair to your sleep, your metabolism. It was crazy, the symptoms I was experiencing. So I went to the Navy doctors and they told me that, Clint, you don't have anything wrong with you. You're completely fine. Because endocrinologists, all they do is they look at your blood work. And if your blood work's fine, you're fine. Well, I can tell you right now that I weighed 45 pounds. I looked like I was a water buffalo and I couldn't sleep. I was in bed for 17 hours and you're going to tell me I'm fine? So they wouldn't give me a medication for another 2 months. So I told them I was going to blow my head off. And they finally gave me medication. But by that time, I was already addicted to cocaine. So I sought out something that I could numb the pain with, which was cocaine. I got actually kicked out of the military for a drug test. So I got popped on a drug test, got kicked out, got an honorable discharge, thankfully. But after that, for 3 years, I was still addicted to cocaine. And I never told myself this. Nobody says, oh, I'm addicted. But there was that one turning point where everybody has in their life where you realize if you keep doing this, you're going to go nowhere, literally nowhere. And that's when my ex, who left me to go do cocaine with a complete stranger for 3 hours while I was with her best friends, is my turning point. That's when I knew my self-worth. That's when I knew I wanted more out of life. And that's where everything changed for me. Everything.
Wow. I think that's so powerful, Clint, you identifying your addiction. And well, I mean, were you stopping cocaine? Were you, stop consuming it and you were with her friends and she kind of went off and did cocaine with,
So I mean, we
stranger?
were probably high for sure, but it was somebody that I think I knew of, but I didn't know who it was. But you're gone for 3 hours. Then you come back and you're mad at me because I didn't ask where you were, but you just left. And I was with your friends, taking care of your friends. It was just one of those situations where I was like, this doesn't add up. And there's a reason all this is happening to me. I believe everything we do in life, something happens to us for a reason. We are meant to fail. We are meant to fail through anything we do. I'm sure with you guys in real estate, how many times have you guys failed?
A lot, especially at the beginning.
Over and over. But how many times have you learned not to make those failures again because of what you went through?
Every single time.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's where I think people don't understand this process. People fail and then they give up. You need to keep going. 100%. Guys, I mean, I told you a little bit about what we started a real estate investment firm called Prestige Investments. It was about seven months ago. It was going great. We had all the paperwork. We knew how to do a purchase and sales agreement. We knew how to talk to people. We had cold calling scripts. We had 7 people of acquisition managers underneath us. We did interviews with Aloha shirts. It was awesome. But we learned a lot. First of all, we didn't pay them based off of an hourly rate. It's commission only. So we told them, it's like, hey guys, you come in here, you work your ass off, you're gonna get paid a lot of money. Because wholesale deals, you make pretty good money, and you could pay them 20%, and everybody will be fine. But what we noticed was when you pay somebody commission, they're not gonna put in the work as if you would pay them an hourly rate or a salary. I can tell you that right now, because there's no skin in the game. They have to know that they're putting in the work to make a certain amount of money. And that's where you need those savages in sales. That's where you need those people who want it bad.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
So my question for you is, where did all of your sales experience and sales training come from? Were you going into it and learning as you went, or did you have a little bit of experience there in that field?
So I started, I started Limitless Coaching in August of 2020. And I didn't get my first client for 2 months because, dude, I was horrible at sales. Horrible. You would tell me, be like, hey, man, listen, I don't think this program's, I can't pay for it right now. I'd be like, you know what? That's right. You can't pay for it. So I'll call you in 2 months, and then maybe you'll have your funds together, and we'll get you started. Because I was just too nice. I didn't know objection handling. I didn't know how to isolate. I didn't know how to validate. I didn't know any of this. So through my failures and through learning and through watching YouTube videos and hiring a sales coach and a mentor coach, and man, I work for one of the best teams, my marketing, my operations. We do sales training every single week Because the more you do something, the better you're going to become. I mean, I watch self-development videos and podcasts every single morning because you need to set the intention for the day. You know, I made a post on Facebook today. I said, hey guys, you know, the number one thing you can do every morning is make your bed. You know why? Because you're doing something right when you wake up. It means you're setting your intention for the day. You completed a task. You didn't just leave your shit all over the place and then start your day. That right there could change everything. Also, your affirmations. When you wake up in the morning, I'm great, I am loved, I am blessed. Say that to yourself every single morning. Look at yourself in the mirror. And if you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, damn, dude, I'm a little out of weight, I'm a little out of shape. Maybe I should start hitting the gym. And that's where you hit me up. Limitless Coaching all day. Nice little plug there. I was just messing with you guys.
Yeah.
There's the things that I started doing and changing in my life. Oh man, have created just such, I can't even tell you. It's amazing by making small changes.
And you started talking about making a morning routine and building habits. That's a big thing that a lot of people talk about, is that your habits control your actions and your actions control your outcomes. So one thing that a lot of people I've had discussions with talk about is what really defines successful people from not successful people is the habits that they intentionally create and control.
Yes.
So you were talking about the morning routine. You wake up, you make your bed, you do your affirmations, you go to the gym, you do all these things, and you do them every single day, right, to the point where they're habits. Like, because it's hard to wake up at 5:30 in the morning, but not if you do it every day. Like, it's hard to drive to the gym 20 minutes and then go work out for an hour, hour and a half, but not if you do it every day, if you schedule for it every day. So it becomes a habit. And then you find success because you do it every day.
Like circadian rhythm, right? Once you get locked into that circadian rhythm, it's normal for you, but it's going to take some time. Who likes waking up at 4:30 every single morning? Honestly, I love waking up at 4 o'clock. You know why? Because I have 4 hours until anybody annoys me, messages me, talks to me. I can get 4 hours of work done more than the people that are waking up at 8 o'clock. I just started my whole day before you did. So please, I want the people to keep sleeping until 8, because I'm getting farther ahead of you every single day. And that 4 hours might not seem like a lot, but if you add that up over the week, you know, for 20 hours, and then you got 80 hours, and then you just, dude, that's multiple days right there.
Yeah.
I tell people, like, when they hit that alarm clock, right, when they hit that snooze and they hit 8 minutes, you know that 8 minutes really turns into, over 365 days, 2 days. 2 days that you're sleeping on yourself. But people don't realize that, because they don't really think about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
They just think about, oh man, extra 8 minutes, I'm going to feel great. And then another 8 minutes, oh, I'm going to feel great. And then they wake up and then they're like, I'm late for work. I don't feel good. I didn't get anything done this morning. Well, then your morning routine is screwed. You are not going to be successful if you continue to live that way.
Absolutely. And that 8 minutes turns into an hour and a half. You just didn't realize it because you went back to sleep.
Exactly.
And Clint, what does that 4 hours look like in your mornings?
Oh man.
So
all right. If I could show you my Google Calendar right now, I'd be able to explain everything to you, but usually I wake up at 3:30, right? My alarm's set at 4:30. I'm usually at my desk ready to go. I take a morning detox drink while I'm on prep, just because we have to make sure that we're not being bloated or like our progress pictures and everything matters coming up 6 weeks out. So from there, I'll hop onto the computer. I have a 5 a.m. operations meeting every Monday and Friday to go over any ops, anything what we're doing, any major conflicts, whatever it may be with the company. And then from there, I launch my podcast at 6 a.m. And then I do my morning post on Facebook at 7. I hit the gym at 7:30. I'm done by 8:30, in the shower by 9, back at my office by probably like 9:30, have my first meal, and then my first meeting starts at 11. And then we have booked out meetings for 30 minutes every single day. My calendar is red and blue, all right here. Because we're booking currently, 18 to 20 leads. People come to Limitless Coaching every day to hear about what we're doing. Now, are they qualified? That's where I come into play, because I got to figure out, are you a good fit for the company? You know, we're not going to take everyone. We're an elite coaching service. I can tell you that right now. We're not the run of the mill. You're going to get this program and you're going to get this. No, we provide accountability, your full program structure. We're able to do home workouts, gym workouts, hybrid workouts. You want to do P90X, you want to go swimming, you want to do, Tai Chi, whatever you would like to do, we can incorporate. And I think that's what makes us different is our customer service as well. Like my team 24/7, 365 days a year are there to answer your questions.
That's awesome. So going back a little bit, you said you started Limitless Coaching in August of 2020. Like, what did that process look like? Why did you start it? And obviously it took you a few months to get your first sale.
Yeah. So
talk us through that situation.
Yeah. August of 2020 was like, you have that like epiphany and you're just like, man, I saw this ad or I saw something come up to me. I was like, I always wanted to do this. And I've always been that person. I'm going to download this $497 course and this $997 course, and I'm never going to touch them. It never touches them. I probably have 15 of them right here. And what happened was I was like, man, I'm paying $5,000 for this course. This is this is probably my last $5,000. I just got an unemployment check for like $7,000. I was like, this is my break. This is what I'm going to do. So I bought it. I went through it. And guess what? Didn't touch it for 2 months because I moved to California from St. Louis. And that is where I got into the bottle service industry. And if anybody knows anything about the bottle service industry, it's literally nothing but partying from Thursday through Saturday with girls, doing a bunch of drugs, and getting nothing done throughout the week because you're probably hungover. So I had this whole goal that I was going to, make my life change and I was going to do all these big things, but I put myself in that same situation again, right? Just like when I was in Hawaii. So really the turning point was where I moved to Florida with my ex. I moved over here with her. And then the second turning point was when she turned on me. So when she turned on me, that is where the growth exploded. Now, what I'm saying exploded, I mean, I had 10 clients in March. You talk about June, I had 60 clients because the simple fact that I started surrounding myself with nothing but high achieving, top producing individuals. And that's why I'm doing Apex. Have you heard Apex before?
I don't think so. Yeah, go ahead. Explain
Apex is run by a gentleman, Ryan Stewman. Okay, Ryan Stewman is also known as the hardcore closer. If you get some time, check him out. He's got an amazing story. Went to jail for 7 years. He went through, he had everything, he lost everything, and then he gained back everything in tenfold now. So he's created this community and mastermind that has different levels to it. So Apex Entourage is the beginner level. That's the one I'm in. And then you have entrepreneurs, and then you have executives. What it is think about 1,500 people. Think about where you guys are in, right? Your niche. Think about 1,500 individuals that all do something around what you do or can help you in some way to help elevate your business. So I joined Apex. I found my marketing team. I found my operations team. I found hormone replacement therapy to be the only coaching that in the world that has hormone replacement therapy partnered with a company to offer it through telehealth Zoom in 2,600 locations nationwide through LabCourse. These things set me apart. And I knew that I was getting into a space that was so populated, that it was so it was saturated. There are so many online fitness coaches, but what makes you different is going to make you stand out. You cannot be like everybody else. It's just not going to work. And another big thing too, is I learned in that group is never seek instant gratification. Always provide value, and value will be given to you tenfold. And that's what I've been doing. I mean, you probably see I drop a video every morning at 4:30. I do a post at 7. I mean, people probably get pissed off at me sometimes just because they're like, dude, Clint, you post way too much, dude. That's perfectly fine. There's a reason for it because visibility is key. And if you want to be seen by everybody and you're an online business or you're only in one place or you can't really get in front of people, then online is where you need to be. Sorry, that was a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of it, it sounds like was just being in that Apex mastermind group, whatever you want to call it,
yeah,
and meeting the people. Like the people that you were connected with is what sets you apart, because you're able to offer more than you could just on your own.
I'm going to ask you this question. You're 20 years old, right?
Right.
What are most 20-year-olds doing right now, and who are they hanging out with?
They're just partying and not doing their
What do you
homework
think
and
they're
hanging
doing
out.
right now? A 512. I guarantee they're not on a podcast, and I guarantee that they're probably getting ready to go out. Everybody's over at the next house or whatever it may be. They're all going to the next bar. They're going to go play some beer pong. That is not what you guys see your future. And that's what you guys are trying to let people know with this podcast. I'm sure, like, you guys take control of your life. Like, what you guys are doing is incredible. If I would have started at 20 years old, man, I wish I started at 20 years old. But beside the point, it's amazing where you can separate yourself from others and understand what you guys are doing. Because I've always told people this: 5 years down the road, what they're doing is not going to matter. They're probably not going to talk to those same people they go to the bar with. They're probably not going to have the same jobs they did. They're not going to have it. They're not going to be going further in life than they did either, because they didn't prepare. They didn't continue doing what you guys are doing. Podcasts, investing in yourself, real estate, things that are going to level you up. Because, and this is going to sound bad, but most of the world is average. And that's just what it is. We're told to live a certain way, get a 9 to 5, go to school, do this, do that. Fuck that. There is more to life than getting paid a wage, having a boss above you.
My apologies. I couldn't hear what you said.
Sorry. And then and living the average lifestyle.
That's true. And a lot of the people around us our age, they just, they don't want to hear it. And the thing is, we do have so much time as 20-year-olds, but I mean, how old are you? You're still in your 20s? Or
yeah, I'm 28.
Yeah, you're 28, and you're like, I wish I started 8 years ago. And you're still super young. Like, people our age just think they have so much time, and then they never get started. They never do what they want to do. And then life catches up to you. You have a family, you have kids, and then there's just no risk in doing entrepreneurship as a 20-year-old. If I lost everything, I would have as much as every other 20-year-old,
Sorry, dude, my mic just fell off. What the? There we go. Yeah. I have a lot of friends reach out to me, right? Because they're seeing my success. They're seeing me kind of blow up a little bit. And they're like, man, dude, I'm just so proud of you. I'm going to be honest with you. I look at some of their profiles. I don't even recognize them because, dude, they've gained so much weight. They don't take care of themselves, and I've had a lot of them come to Limitless Coaching to get help, but they're just not at that point where I can give them help, if that makes sense. Like, they're not the right client for us, and they kind of get led down with that. And that's something I used to get really, let's say it really used to hit me, but now I understand that I can't please everyone. That's just what it is. And if I'm not just going to take your money because I want to take your money. We push away a lot of people because we understand that what we offer. And then if you're not a good fit, we'll refer you to somebody. That's like you guys. You're not going to just, okay, let me just grab this multifamily and all these doors, but I know they're pieces of shit, but we could still make some good money. No, you want a quality product.
Yeah.
You want to offer quality in everything you do.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, like with your clients, you're probably looking for people with a certain mentality, and you can't just change that. Like, it can't be everybody fits that mentality that you're looking for. It's just not possible. And some people are, the people from your past are going to want to come in, but they're not going to fit. It's like putting a square person through a circle hole. You're just not going to fit here. It's not going to work.
And I've told people, I said this, I was like, guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm on a bus, and that bus is going at like a very, very high speed. And if you're not on the bus, you're going to be left behind. That's just what it is. Now, the people that want to be on that bus with me, then you need to live the life that I do, or understand what I'm doing, support me. because a lot of my friends don't support me. To be honest, a lot of the friends that I used to have, they don't support me. But now a lot of them are stopping drinking, stopping to do drugs, seeing what can happen in their life, reaching out to me and be like, Clint, dude, I want to be like you. I was like, first, you got to change your mindset. And you shouldn't want to be like me, but be better than me. I don't think anybody should. I don't want to be like anybody. I want to be better than myself the next day. I want to know that I give 100% every day, no matter what. You wake up, you're sick, give 100%. You're on a sales call, give 100%. You know, I had a call with my marketing team the other day. We had a chargeback come through. I got fucking pissed. Like, I was on the phone with this guy. I got really angry. And they said, hey, Clint, I'm just going to let you know we just listened to your call. I want you to go outside and ground yourself. And I knew exactly what they talked about. Honestly, you go outside, you take your shoes off, you walk around, and you ground yourself. The magnetic field and the energy that comes from the earth, it'll take that negative energy and push it down. And if you've never done it before, you should try it for sure. I've been into a lot of like holistic, energy shit recently, and it's actually pretty sweet.
Yeah, there's something to it.
Dude, there's something to it. Breath work, another thing. And these are the people I met through Apex too, like energy healers or NLP, neuro-linguistic, what is it called? NLP. Yep, neuro-linguistic processing or something. But it's about using the mind to unlock certain things. Like Ryan Stewman does this really good where he talks about the you and the future you. And he says to close your eyes and look to the right. What kind of shoes are you wearing? What's your physique look like? Wow. What are you wearing? That's your future self. And he gets really deep into it and he says, step to the right. Now you're there. And you could do that. You have to envision yourself. You have to manifest it. Like you guys, man, you guys are going to own thousands of doors. You guys are going to be taking over the market. I can introduce you to somebody who I first met when I started real estate investment. I got on a Zoom call with him just like this. Dude, this guy was in a war room sitting at this laptop like, hey, what's up, guys? And we were like, whoa, who are we talking to? This guy has $60 million in real estate. Over 57,000 doors. His name's Brandon Brittenman. So I'll connect you guys with him. You guys can do some awesome stuff together. Maybe even get mentored by him. He's an incredible guy. He's over in Maryland. But yeah, I love being able to help as many people as I can. And that's the one thing that I just enjoy doing. Like all the failures I go through, I want to express that to other people. Because, man, if I could go through something and teach somebody else, you're going to see that in a lot of my content. Be like, hey, guys, listen, I was on this sales call. Or just doing that. So that's a big thing that I don't think a lot of people just hold their secrets in. I think that's stupid. I think you should be able to help as many people as you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's a big thing that I hear a lot in real estate because there are so many real estate coaches and everyone in real estate sort of makes videos just putting out content and sharing knowledge. And they're like, well, aren't you creating competition? And there's so much out there. Like you're not really creating competition. There's so much out there for everybody. And the more people you help, the more value that's going to come back to you tenfold, just like you were mentioning before. Like give value expecting nothing and you'll be surprised at what comes back to you.
100%, man. It's the best thing about it. If you could help one person just every day and it could be as simple as just, hey man, what's going on? Hey dude, you look good today. Hey man, I love your smile. Hold the door open for someone. Those small, you never know what somebody's going through. I have friends that call me all day and be like, hey man, listen, I need to talk to you. I'm not feeling right in the head. I don't know what's going on. I tell my friends, call me at any time. I don't care if it's 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll probably be up. But you can give me a call and I will talk to you. You know what? I'm going to give you guys a crazy story that happened to me when I first started Limitless Coaching. Actually, it was in March when I was hiring a sales rep. I had this gentleman come to me. He was about to start the next day. I get a text message from him. He says, Clint, I'm not going to make the meeting tomorrow. I'm taking my life. And I was like, I was like, man, stop messing with me, man. I'll see you at the meeting tomorrow. What are you talking about? He says, no, I just took 60 pills of whatever. Took 60 pills, right? I get on a phone call with him immediately. He can't talk. He can't even stand. He's at his house. I'm trying to talk to him on the phone. I call my mentor. We get on the phone with him. I'm on the phone with the police. We send the police to his parents' house because he gives us the wrong address. And then his parents get woken up. And then we finally get his right address. So we send the police over there. And thankfully he got to the hospital and he got his stomach pumped and he was alive.
Wow.
But that was my first realization that, man, I'm running a business. Like I'm a CEO of a business, and I just experienced the first big thing to me. And that was an eye opener to me. Not the fact that like I saved this guy's life, but I have people's lives in my hands. Like when you're paying for somebody and their family and it's on you to pay these people, that's big. And that's when it really opens your eyes to like, all right, this kiddie bullshit that people talk about and like going out every single weekend and all this stuff, that just can't happen. You're going to have to work weekends. You're going to have to wake up early. You're going to have to go to the gym. You're going to have to take care of yourself. This is what all becoming the most elite version of yourself in all areas of your life. You know, your friends are going to think you're crazy. They are. My friends still think I'm crazy. They'll be like, Clint, dude, you're absolutely nuts. I'll be like, what does your bank account say? That's right. Okay, cool. Keep working at McDonald's, keep flipping burgers, or keep working at wherever you're working. I'm going to continue doing my life, doing what I love to do. And hopefully maybe I can teach you guys something. And that's I don't mean to, that's not being mean to my friends. That's just like, listen, man, we're at different areas in our life. And I'm sure you guys are experiencing that now, even at such a young age. Because if you're not connected to like a young entrepreneur group, then your friends really aren't going to understand.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's so powerful, Clint. And I do feel like that. But there's also some times where, you know, I experience some self-doubt. And do you experience that? And what do you do to kind of overcome that? And
oh, for sure,
fight that battle in your mind,
dude. I experience self-doubt every day, 100%. You know, we have very big KPIs and goals for this company, and I'm on strict numbers, and it's up to me to close those numbers. It's up to me to make that happen. And when that doesn't happen, you kind of have to look at yourself and you have to be real with yourself. You need to be like, this is on you. You can't blame anybody else. Nobody else is doing this for you. You're making every decision that you make. So if you didn't call the leads that were in there, or you didn't make the sales call, you didn't make that appointment, for what reason? You always show up with a positive attitude, one, and always be on time. Actually, be 15 minutes early. Don't even be on time. Because being on time, you're late. 15 minutes early, you're on time. And if you're late, you're fucked. That's kind of how I think about it, because that's the one thing we learned in the military. We were told where to be, when to be, what to wear, how to show up. But when you get out of the military, they don't care, man. They don't care at all. They give you this little book. They go through TAPS. They tell you, hey, you can go to college, or you got this like tech school you can go to, or you can go do this or that, and then have fun. Thanks for your 8 years. Sign on this dotted line. Here's your DD-214. You're out. That's why we're partnered with 35,000 veterans, 2 nonprofits, to be able to give as much information as we possibly can to all of the vets, because I know exactly how that feels. Being and going through that was horrible. And I talk to vets every single day, and they don't have a mission. They don't have any value. They don't have a purpose because they've left that. So if you're able to give them something to look forward to, even something small, it's huge. So self-doubt is one thing that we're all going to go through, but also you got your partner right there. You know, when you doubt yourself, talk to him. Be like, hey man, listen, dude, am I fucking up? Or is it, and be like, no, man, dude, it's just another day. It's fine. You know, it's shit happens. Not every day is going to be the best day. Tell you that right now. Now, you might see on my social media where it looks like everything's the best day, but everybody doesn't know what's going on behind the scenes. Everybody doesn't know what I've dealt with in the last week. You want to know what like really goes on? Talk about your whole invoicing being shut down, all your funds being held for 120 days, and you can't touch anything. That's big. So that's one thing that happened this week. But those are the things that, I don't really talk about because I'm not going to put that out there. Nobody needs to really know that. Well, except this podcast. There you go, guys. But it's already fixed, so don't worry about it.
Exclusive.
Exclusive content coming at you live. But yeah, man, self-doubt is it's one of those things, and we all suffer from it. And a lot more people suffer from it than you would think, honestly. Because when I talk to people on the phone and the self-doubt they have in themselves. And you know what it mostly is triggered from? Your past. Like you were never enough when you were growing up. You were never given enough attention. You were never how you should be, or you never how you should be seen. You were never skinny enough. You were never in shape enough. Like that goes on through your whole life. And when you're able to break that and be like, listen, man, I understand exactly where you're coming from. And I understand that you want to get to this point. But you're going to have to man the fuck up, make these decisions in your life, or it's never going to happen. So you're either going to invest with me today, or for the next 10 years, you're going to wish you invested with me, and you're going to change your life today. I said it. Guys, I said it straight. I'm not somebody to mess around. When it comes to like when people want to change their life, we either have two types of people, right? Committed and interested. Interested, man, I kind of heard about the program. I'm thinking about it. I really thought, I was like, hey, let me let you know that we don't take interested people. And that we only take people who are committed to this, who want to make a change in their life. We're going to give 110% every day, not give any excuses. But when you do mess up, we'll be there to help you because nobody's perfect at all. That went way over. I apologize, but yeah.
Nice. So much value in there, Clint. And I guess just kind of going back to your purpose of starting Limitless Coaching. If we kind of dive into that, I know you were talking about your business and just little bits and pieces of it, but I guess it's the purpose starting it and kind of going from there.
Yeah. So if you guys know anything about the online fitness coaching business, it's absolutely horrible. You got this girl who's got 1 million followers and she drops the booty building guide and you got 100,000 orders and it's got an 8-week program and all these women are super excited and they're like, man, I'm gonna get a butt like Kim Kardashian and I can't wait. And it's all bullshit because I can tell you right now, if I put Nick and I put Tim, both you guys on a plan and you both followed it and it was the same exact plan, it was the same exact macros and the same protein, carbs, and fats and calories, you wouldn't see the same results because you're two different people. You have different metabolisms. You weigh different. Your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, your total daily expenditure of calories, your NEAT, like all of these things matter. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to come in. I learned from the course. I went through about 17% of it. And then I thought, how can I make this better? So I went. And it took time, right? It took time for me to learn this and that, or how I'm going to do this and how I'm going to push this together. But as I failed over and over, I learned every time. So now we're able to have a centralized platform where we can do workout videos, demonstration, your check-ins, your progress pictures. We can do your habits. If you want to eat more vegetables, you need to eat more protein, you need to walk more, you need to sleep more, you need to pray more, whatever it may be. You have access to all of that on the app. Your nutrition is fully set out for you. So I'm talking about like, you'll know exactly what you need to eat when you wake up, when you go to bed, for lunch, for dinner. It'll be weighed out. It'll tell you exactly how to cook it. We have 40 recipes on a low carb macro ebook. We have 40 smoothie recipes. We got 3 other different guides that we can send you. The value that you're able to put into your company is going to make you succeed. You cannot do what every other company is doing. It is never going to work because you can learn from them for sure, but then think outside the box. Like, how are you going to be different? And that's, I believe, why we've been so successful.
Mm.
You know, we've grown over 500% in the last 3 months, just because the simple fact is we provide value. We help as many people as we can. We have great results. We focus on customer service. The number one thing my mentor, I was just on a private jet with my mentor 2 weeks ago. We went to San Diego, got the opportunity, spent $5K. And he told me, he said, Clint, I understand you're growing quick, but you need to understand something. Growth is great, but your customer service is even greater. You need to rely on customer service. I don't care how fast you grow, but if your customer service is good, your referrals will be good, and your referrals will run your company. So if you have enough people talking about your company to multiple people, then you're going to run your business off referrals regardless. So that's the one thing we've learned to do. You know, provide great customer service, get people great results. Their friends tell their friends, and their friends tell their friends. And then also your employees, man, the people that work for you should be talking about your company like it's the best thing that ever walked. Because if they're talking about your company like that and they tell their friends and their family, that's going to be even more visibility. So yeah, that's Limitless in a whole.
Could you talk about some times where you wanted to quit and you were running into failure, and just the idea of quitting came to mind, or did it never come to mind?
Oh yeah,
you ran into these roadblocks, and what was it that pushed you through to gain that traction?
When I first started, you know, that 2 months I couldn't get a client. You know, I would send 100 DMs, 400 DMs per day, talk to multiple people. And the problem is you need people to buy from you that like you and trust you. You know, if you don't have that like and trust factor, nobody knows who you are. Nobody cares who you are. So that's why I found that content is so key. Like, you need to have good content. And you can just start by posting on Instagram, posting a picture, talk about something motivational. It depends what you're in, but every niche is different. So, you know, if I'm, you know, trying to sell to kids, I'll probably go on TikTok because there's a shitload of kids on TikTok. You know, if I'm selling dance stuff, TikTok's the way to go because everybody dances over there. Real estate, you guys could literally talk about what you do in real estate, make 60-second TikTok vlogs. And then if you put enough content out there, by the time you guys have 10,000 doors, you're going to have people reaching out to you like, Nick, how do you do this? Tim, how do you do this? And then you could do a consulting program where you run coaching programs. You know, it's about making the small changes in content first that lead up to the big ones. Ryan Stewman, of course, my mentor again, he started his podcast in his truck. Okay, just talking every day on his truck. So he talked every single day, and then he had like 1,000 episodes. Never saw 8 views, 9 views. He looked at his views one day, it said 1 million views. It took off. That podcast now makes him like $200,000, $300,000 a month residual income. Like it times like that. I'm trying to think of another time. When I got out of the military, the biggest thing was, man, when my thyroid stopped working, that was the hardest thing I've ever been through, because I went from the top guy in my command to the lowest guy on the totem pole, meaning that I was sitting at a desk every single day. I couldn't fit into my uniform because I looked like a fucking roly-poly-oly. And I would have everybody walk in the morning and nobody knew what was wrong with me. Mm-hmm. So they would all see me and ask these questions, be like, Clint, what's going on? What's wrong with you? Are you okay? Is everything all right? Be like, I can't answer them because I don't know what's wrong with me. So being able to be in that position and not know what was wrong with me and have these people look at me like I was, now that was nothing, but they were also confused too, because when you're in that position, nobody tells you anything. It's scary for sure. So I'm glad I got medication. I'm glad I got off everything. I'm glad I'm back in healthy order now. And That is the main reason why I wanted to pair with a hormone replacement therapy clinic. Because I'll tell you right now, nobody knows about their hormones. I have women come to me all the time that can't lose weight, and they've never gotten their blood work done. And we find out their thyroid is through the roof or down below.
Wow.
And it's not balanced. Men, testosterone levels, they haven't had energy for 4 years, and they're trying to understand why. I'd be like, dude, I changed my eating habits. I was like, when's the last time you got your blood work done? All right, cool. Let's get it done for you. Get your blood work done. They have a 247. A normal testosterone range is a 500 to 750. You know, the small things that people kind of don't even, they just skim across. That is really what I wanted to impact and get into.
Wow. And that's just, I mean, that is just the source of their energy to meet their goals too. And wow, that's so creative, Clint.
I appreciate it, man.
And I guess just going back, what did you learn out of your situation? You were in Hawaii, correct? When you were,
yeah, yep.
And what branch were you in? Again, it was the Navy.
U.S.
right?
Navy. Yes,
U.S.
sir.
Navy. What'd you learn from that experience? You know, being a roly-poly, going from the commander. I mean, not the commander, but the captain of your group to,
Dude,
sitting at the desk.
I can resonate with people a lot more now. I understand how it feels to be overweight. I understand how it feels that you don't want to leave your room. You don't want to go out with your friends. You don't want to be in front of anybody because you're just ashamed of yourself. And that's a horrible feeling that people feel every single day. Like, imagine waking up and knowing that once you walk out that door, that you're scared that people are going to look at you. Like, that is a feeling that I don't want anybody else to have. So a lot of what we do is a lot of mindset, a lot of just teaching you how to love yourself. Because if you're able to love yourself, you're going to be so much better in life. You're going to have such a more joyful life. You're going to be able to go out with friends. You're going to be able to have a good time. And the confidence is the key part of that. And when you don't have confidence, it shows in your work, in your relationships. It shows in everything you do. So mindset first, then the fitness, then the nutrition, and then everything falls into place.
What?
Yeah,
sorry, Tim. What were you saying?
I was gonna say that's just a great way to describe your company and what you do and how you help people.
I appreciate it, man. We take a lot of pride in what we do, for sure. Like, we're not just like your other coaching. I say this because I know, and we've studied, and we know exactly what these coaching industries and coaching companies do. They'll give you a plan. They'll give you a fitness plan, a nutrition plan. They'll talk to you in a month and say, how'd you do? Oh, you didn't follow it? That's right, because you didn't have any accountability. You didn't have a community of people to support you, and you didn't have a proper plan in the first place. Those are the 3 things you need to succeed in life. If you have those 3 things, you'll succeed in anything you do. But if you drop one of them, you will not. I promise you that. Because people are not accountable to themselves. People need a community of people that support them. And you need a proper plan. You know how many people I talk to that don't have a plan? They go in the gym, they look at a machine, they're like, you know what? Jen told me to hit this. I think I should use this machine. Well, does Jen know that you don't even have that muscle developed on your body? So we probably shouldn't hit that right now. We should probably just focus on, let's walk, because you're 450 pounds and we just need to get off the body fat first. Everybody wants to do what everybody else is doing. If you just focus on yourself, and that's also because all the distractions we have. Think about it. Like, we go on the internet and we see an ad for this. We see an ad for that. New fad diet, new keto diet, new Atkins diet. And then you have our celebrities out there that are saying, oh, I promote this and I promote that. Well, of course you promote if you get paid $1 million to post about it. You didn't use it. None of that is true, but people want to just look at somebody, be like that person, and do exactly what they did, which is never going to work. You focus on yourself, you learn about the things that you want to do, and you take that initiative and hire a coach. That's the one thing I can tell you guys. I wasted a lot of my time trying to do certain things by myself. And then when I got a coach, I saved time. I saved money overall because I learned so much in such a little time. People see it as an investment. They're like, man, dude, my coaching packages are $3,600, right? And now when you say that over the phone to somebody, they're like, man, dude, that's a lot of money. I was like, yeah, man, more money than I spent on my coffee this morning, I'll tell you that. But if you want to make this change in your life, and it's taken you, 5 years and you're still doing the same thing, and you're still rolling around at 295 pounds and you've tried this and you tried that, why don't you try this and invest in yourself and see if it might make a difference?
So you've packed everything this whole time with advice, but I sort of want to roll to our last segment of advice and talk about, even though you're so young still, what would you tell 18 to 20-year-old Clint, knowing the things you know now and the things you're learning as you're growing this business and building the life that you're working towards?
Dude, I'll tell you what, when I was in the military, we have the option to have the VA loan, right? I would have purchased a property in every single location I was stationed at. And the reason because of that, if I would have purchased a property in Whidbey Island, it would have been probably paid off by the time I got out. I would have sold it probably for a shitload more money. In Hawaii, by the time now, my Hawaii property would be, dude, it'd be like $400,000, $500,000 more than I bought it for. Could sell that. I wouldn't be in credit card debt. I wouldn't have a fucked up credit score. I wouldn't. Let's see. What else has happened? Yeah, those are the big things. Because, I mean, I'm telling you, I didn't know anything about credit, finances, real estate, anything like that. And the reason because, like, nobody teaches you that. Schools teach you, honestly, bullshit that is not going to get you anywhere. When is the last time you used trigonometry? Probably never. When's the last time you used the hypotenuse fucking formula? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I remember that one. Yeah, never. But what if we taught people how to do their taxes? Or what if we taught people, how do we do a 1031 exchange? How do we do the things that matter that are going to save us money, but we don't because the government, and I'm sorry, I don't want to get into politics, but the government takes our money and that's how they take our money. We're dumb. We don't know the simple things. So the one thing I would tell people is to get very well versed in finances and just start by literally just get a credit card, learn how a credit card works. If you want to start a business, start the business. Don't worry about what your friends say. Don't worry about what anybody else says, and find somebody you can learn from. Like if anybody wants to learn how to run an online fitness coaching business, reach out to me. If you have the hard work and dedication and you want to do this, I will give you all the tools for success and I will show you how to do it. You prove to me that you want to do this. You prove to me that you can actually put in the work. You can make a lot of money. You can help a lot of people. But the problem is everybody just wants it handed to them. Life is not handed to you guys. Life will never be handed to you. You have to put in the work every day. Every day. It's not like you can just work Monday and Tuesday and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you take off and go to the yacht with your friends and then you want to go to the bottle service over there. That is not how successful people are made. If you guys need a book to read, Alex Hormozi has this book right here and it's called 100 Million Offers. Okay. This guy went from $100,000 in credit card debt in 1.5 years to making $12.7 million. Okay, when people said it couldn't be done, he did it. He has 8 different companies that do $85 million a year in just one of his companies. These are the people that you need to surround yourself with. These are the people. Listen to podcasts. Listen to self-development. Listen to Tony Robbins, Ed Milet. Listen to Ryan Stewman. This dude he says it how it is, but man, he will wake you up in the morning. Brad Lea, another great one.
I met Bradley last weekend in Nashville.
Did you?
I got to have a couple conversations with him.
Let's go.
Took 2 pictures
That's
with him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think my marketing team might take over his marketing. So
Really?
that would
Yeah, he posted today. He's looking for a marketing team.
Yes. So I sent a DM. We'll see.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Clint, I know we just discussed this a lot, but what would you say to the listeners who are, I don't know, kind of feel lost to, look at that model person you said where they want to be and they want to get there within a year. And I've just had recent troubles with this, the last couple of months, and I've really been working on loving myself. Every morning I write and every night I write, I love myself and I trust myself.
Yeah.
What would you say to the listeners of just, compounding that gratitude, I guess, habits, methods, practices they could do in the morning or at night that you've had a lot of success with?
Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to tell everybody to do, and this is what I did, and I didn't even know this existed, honestly. It's called Google Calendar. Okay. Google Calendar. And you are going to put in what time you wake up, if you have a podcast, if you're going to, make a post, what time you work out, and set reminders for yourself. And I want you to set it for every single day it pops up at you. Because what that's going to do, man, you're going to open that up. It's going to pop up. You're going to be like, shit, dude, I got to work out today. And then if you don't do it, you're going to feel like shit because you didn't do it. It's in front of you. You have to make it happen. When you wake up in the morning, set the intention for the day. When I say that, I mean make your goddamn bed. Because you're making a decision right in the morning. When you make that decision, you're doing something good for yourself. And it sounds crazy, and they know how your mom says and your dad says make your bed in the morning. I'm telling you right now, it's going to help. Because if you get a task done right away, there's a biological change in your mind or something like that it sets you and focuses you. Another thing, this might be a little crazy for people, but I do a 5-minute cold shower every single morning.
Love that.
And the reason because of it is because it sucks. It sucks. But is it psychological change from you waking up, you're groggy. I'll tell you what, if you've never gotten a 5-minute cold shower, if you've never hopped in a cold shower before, go ahead, do it for like 30 seconds. And tell me if you can withstand it, because what it's going to do is like a mental fortitude.
Yeah.
Right. I do ice baths. I used to do ice baths twice a week.
Those
things suck. Dude, it is like my hands are on fire. My feet are on fire. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, it's like, I want to get out of this thing, but it's a mental fortitude. I think everything happens with your mentality. I think your mindset is also going to determine your success. The people you surround yourself with are going to determine your success. Show me your 5 friends. I'll show you where you're going to be in 5 years. And that's the truth. If I would have showed you my 5 friends a year ago, you would have been like, bro, you're going to jail. You're going to be either on the street or you're going to be on a couch. Because that's how Limitless was built, on a couch for 17 weeks. I literally rolled off this couch, went to work, because I had the mindset that I was going to do something great, that I just knew. I have TikTok videos from like in March where I said, hey guys, 4:30 in the morning, waking up, man, I know this company is going to be amazing. We're going to do amazing things. And I look at those videos and I think about that. I just had 17 articles published about me. These are like crazy things to think about when you were where you were, but you have to stay humble too. This is the biggest thing. When people start to see success, they get so ego driven. They get ego driven to the point where they're like, I'm the best. You are never the best. You will never be the best. So make sure you stay humble and always be a student of the game. You're never going to know everything. You're always going to be learning. And that's how you keep being successful. My team understands that. Like, Clint, I've never met somebody who just like kind of just listens to everything. I was like, well, you guys have 30 years of experience marketing. Like, I'm going to listen to everything you say. You tell me when to jump, I'll say how high. That is what's going to help you. Do you guys have mentors?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't currently. I have a few people in my life that I talk to a lot, but not specifically one.
Yeah, I'm gonna connect you guys with Brandon, man, and then you guys are, man. This guy wears Gucci shoes, Versace's, got the drip going. He's like a 55-year-old white dude. He's like, it's hilarious. This guy is absolutely hilarious, but he's so smart because what he did was he took his company, right, his real estate company, and now think of everything inside of his real estate company that is in the company. Okay, you need roofing done, you need siding done, you need construction done, you need a title done. Everything is in the company, so he makes money off of every section of the company to put back into the biggest company. Genius,
Wow.
genius.
So, I'll tell you what, Clint. I'm gonna listen to that. That segment, that 5-10 minute segment, 1,000 times because I mean that was so valuable, and I really hope all of our listeners listening to this right now does the same because, wow. I wish we had a bomb button. We could just hit a button and just it blows up.
Bradley has a button for when his guests are dropping bombs.
He does. I love it, man.
So you mentioned the book, the $100 Million Deals book, but a question we like to ask all our guests is, what's the book that you have given away the most or recommended the most to other people?
Oh man, dude. It's actually right here. Let me see. Okay, it's called The G Code. And my my mentor, of course, Ryan Stewman, he's the author right here. Okay. The G Code, first of all, takes you through his life and of exactly what he's been through. And it shows you that, listen, you can be a piece of shit. It's okay. Everybody goes through that in life, but we learn from it. So what he adapted is called the G Code. And the G Code is living by the 4 Gs: gratitude, group, grit, and he's going to be pissed that I don't remember this. Gratitude, grit, group, and I think it's grind. And what that means, it's the 4 Gs of your life, right? The group, the people you hang out with, the grind, the workout, the fitness that you do every day, the grit, the grind that you do every day to get your shit done. And these are so important. So he made something called the G Code app. So you're able to put in there 5 things you're grateful for every single morning. You're able to put what your wins were for the day. Why are you grateful? And then another big one too is, did you work out today and did you eat healthy? And you have a point system. In that point system, you can get 5 points every single day. So in Apex, we have some people that have 2,000 points on this thing. They log into it every day and they set every single day. So if you have a hard time, making that adjustment to saying your gratitude in the morning, then you can download the G Code. And I think it's called thegcode.com, or look up the G Code by Ryan Stewman. I'll get the access code for you guys. And I think that's a great way to start, to be honest. And check out his book too, man. It's powerful. He has about 8 different books, and they're all incredible. But yeah, that is the one I highly recommend.
Awesome.
Well, definitely checking that out.
Oh yeah, send me your guys' address. I'll send you guys both a copy.
Awesome. Appreciate that. I love
Thank you.
Sending people books. I'll order people books on Amazon all the time, but the best feeling is getting a book from someone. So we had a guest on our podcast from Milwaukee a few weeks ago. Nick and I did, and he was driving down to Florida because he's moving to Orlando. He stopped in Chattanooga and he gave Nick and I both a copy of the book that he gives away the most, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone.
No way.
Yeah, it was a very special moment. We were pretty surprised, but
dude, that's awesome.
There's nothing like that. Yeah.
Dude, that's huge. Yeah, I follow Grant Cardone, man. Actually, I commented on his status, and his marketing team hit me up in my DMs and was like, "Hey, man, I see that you're with Grant Cardone. You like Grant Cardone. You got a sales team?" And I was like, "Damn, Grant, you're going through the DMs too, you marketing savage."
Yeah, they'll sell you Cardone University, and Cardone University will genuinely change your sales team. it's a really good program.
Fuck yeah.
It's expensive though. It's very expensive, but
Oh,
it'll
I'm
change
sure.
everything.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. He's definitely, dude. He's a smart guy, man. He's a really smart guy.
Well, Clint, we appreciate so much you taking the time to hop on this podcast with us.
Hell yeah, guys.
I mean, this is such an amazing podcast. And where can our listeners, keep up what you're doing and reach out to you if they have questions?
Yeah, Clint_Riggin at Instagram. I'll answer all my DMs. Don't worry. And then Facebook, Clint Westwood Riggin. Westwood is not my middle name. Just a heads up. My middle name's Thomas. Westwood is my, high school nickname, which I should probably change that because I'm 28 years old and I'm not in high school anymore. Next part, livelimitlessllc.com. You can check out the website. You can fill out a form if you feel like you're not where you want to be, and somebody from my team will reach out to you. I also have the Living Limitless podcast. We drop episodes every single Monday, actually every single morning. And I do interviews like this as well. So I'm not doing interviews until I'm done with prep because I'll tell you what, man, I can't even – I just don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to do it at 7 p.m. anymore. So I'm going to wait till it's over, and then I'll have you guys on there. And what we love to do is we talk about being able to tell your story indirectly but directly. Because I have a lot of people that reach out to me and they want to tell their story, but they don't want to do it directly to their friends or family or people around them. So I say, what better way is it to drop a podcast where people can listen to it and then hear your story? So that's our main plan. And also it's a motivational podcast every single morning. I drop about 1 to 2 minute little splurt. Sometimes we get a little crazy. Sometimes we just talk about business, talk about life, and talk about relationships. So yeah, man, that's where you guys can find me. And I appreciate you guys for having me, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are doing some big things.
Well, we really appreciate that, Clint. And is there any last words you want to say to our guests before we get off of here?
One thing I can say is never give up. Guys, I've had a lot of people doubt me. A lot of people doubt me. And I let that fuel me every single day. I woke up every day knowing that I was going to put in 110% no matter what. And it's going to pay off. But you're going to hit that. There's always that point, that breaking point. Like you're almost there. Like my friend told me this the other day. He's like, they're saying that you're closer to gold than you know. And people will stop breaking down the rock or the diamond or whatever it may be that's under that rock. And dude, you could be one hit away. And that's how I go to all my sales calls, all my deals. Even if I had 9 no-shows, I still go into that next sales call like, man, let's go. I'm going to change their life. And that's how you got to go through life. Know, trust, and believe you guys will succeed.